All right, what I'm going to do today is make a movie showing the correct version of the sentences for the homework. This is the first homework assignment. This is the Ars Amatoria, and we are going to tree bank these lines. We'll start with the first sentence. Proximus huic labor es placetex scorare puellam. We will first check the morphology. Proximus, adjective, singular, masculine, nominative, is correct. Huic, pronoun, singular, masculine, dative, seems correct. Labor is red. We don't want it red because labor is not, in this case, a verb, the verb labor, but the noun labor. So we fix that. Est, verb, third singular, present indicative active, is correct. Placetam, this will suffice for us. The word is, in fact, a perfect participle from placeo, and it means attractive. It seems to have a more active meaning, although it's a perfect passive participle. We move on to the next word, exorare. Well, it suggests it's from exorior, to arise, and that it's the verb second singular, present subjunctive, passive. But we couldn't fit that in with est. What in the world would a present subjunctive second person being passive be doing in this sentence? How would we fit it in? What kind of clause would it be? There's neither a subordinating conjunction nor a coordinating conjunction here to join these two verbs, nor is there even a comma to do it with. So we skip that, and in fact, for the same reason, we don't choose ex oro in its manifestations here and here, but a verb present infinitive active of ex oro, to win over, I suppose, to win over by speech. And finally, puellam, which is correct. All the morphology being correct, we hit the save button. Very good. Then we move on to hang the relations. The main verb, as we have said, is est. Upon est is the subject, which is labor. What are we going to do with puellam? Well, it's an accusative direct object, but est does not take a direct object. Exorare is a verb, an infinitive. It does. So we do that. We say to ourselves, how does an infinitive fit into the sentence? Could be a complement clause or an indirect statement clause. But however, here, this is not feasible because the verb is est. With est, when we have an infinitive, we expect an infinitive known as the subject infinitive construction, or the penom accusative, penom infinitive construction. And that is what we have here. We take this dative and put it there, and it says we still have one unused word, and I believe it is placetum. We have all of the words now in their appropriate positions on the tree, as we'll see as we go through and label it. Now we'll save to make sure everything's in good shape and move on. Proximus, well, shall we move down the tree? How shall we do this? Est clearly is the main verb. Labor, as we move down, is nominative, if you recall, and is the subject. Given our choice between a noun and an infinitive, we'll probably make the noun the subject and the infinitive the predicate nominal. So let's do that. A labor is to win over. labor, work. The job is to win over. And then we move down proximus. We've hung it from labor, and it's an adjective, and you should know that an adjective hanging directly from a noun is, generally speaking, an attribute that specifies the noun. The next labor is to win over. Let's keep going down this branch of the graph. Huik is a dative, masculine singular, referring to labor, and we will check and see what is appropriate under the dative. It means next to this, the labor next to this, the subsequent to this labor. We'll call that dative of reference. So the labor next to this is exorare, to win over. It's to win over a girl. Puellam is accusative, direct object of exorare, the pronom clause. And finally, we have placitam, a participle hanging directly on puellam. Now remember, a participle is a mutant, part verb and part adjective, and here it's primarily adjectival and is functioning as an adjective depending directly from a noun and therefore as an attribute. And we finish with this. The labor proximate to this, the next labor, in other words, the labor next to this, if something is proximate to something, it's close to it. If it's close to it, it may be next to it. The labor next to this is placet exorare puellam, to win over a pleasing girl. And that's the end of this particular sentence in Ovid.